Hey everybody, this is Hillary. We just got Rock Band 2 here and we're gonna go check out the new instruments. So our good pal Nate is holding the new guitar. As you can see, it's the same mold as the guitar from Rock Band 1. Not a lot has changed except they got a slick new faceplate on there. And they did make it so that the strum bar is a little bit less mushy. But really, if you didn't like this guitar from the first time, you're not gonna like it now. Good pal Colin here, a drummer by trade, has got the new drums, as you can see. Again, looks very similar to the drums from Rock Band 1, but it actually is much quieter than before. When you're doing fills, if you tap really lightly, it'll actually play softly. If you tap hard, it'll play harder. And the other good thing is that they've redesigned the kick pedal, so now it's actually metal. So it's going to be reinforced, so it's going to be pretty impossible for people to break that. So that's a look at the new instruments for Rock Band 2, and now let's go ahead and check out what the gameplay is like. When you kick on Rock Band 2, you're not going to see a ton of changes right off the bat. A lot of stuff is really subtle. There are some really minor gameplay changes. For example, you're going to see a lot more hammer-on and hammer-offs when you're playing lead guitar. And there's some new effects, and there's much better presentation playing on in the background while you guys are playing. But for the most part, this is the same game that you played last time, only it's got 84 new tracks and some new features. The good news is that these 84 tracks are actually awesome. This is a way better soundtrack than what we had with Rock Band 1. You got a new song from Guns N' Roses. They're not even releasing a single. This is the first chance you're going to be able to hear them or play them. And on top of all of this, any DLC that you've bought in the past, any you buy in the future, automatically is going to be incorporated into all aspects of the game. And you can pay $5 and export 55 of the tracks from Rock Band 1. So conceivably you could start with over 200 tracks when you buy Rock Band 2, which is pretty awesome. Now Rock Band 1 wasn't known for being very challenging, certainly not on bass, and even on lead guitar there were a lot of complaints that there just weren't those songs that were really going to test you. That's not so much the case anymore with Rock Band 2. There's actually some really awesome bass lines in some of the songs, and there are some really taxing songs on lead guitar that are really going to test you, and they really kick it up a notch with a lot of the drum stuff too, because now they know people are familiar with the drums. They can really kind of take it to the next level. So while there are still going to be a lot of kind of easy, fun songs that you can play with your friends, as you progress further and further, you're going to get to some really hard songs. Now let's say that you're not the best at playing, but you still want to get through every song. Fortunately, there is now a cheat that is available to anybody who wants to use it, which is a no-fail cheat. So let's say you're playing Painkiller and you just get your ass kicked because it's incredibly hard. Just go, turn on no-fail. You can play through it. Even if you're not doing well, you're still going to be able to get to the end of the song, so you can at least experience it, keep replaying until you're good enough that you don't need no-fail anymore. And speaking of getting yourself ready and trained, there's also a cool drum trainer in the game that's going to help kind of teach people a better ways to play the drums and also give them tips on how to play cool sounding fills. So you're definitely going to have your advantages with learning the drums more and kind of becoming a better drummer overall. Now, as you can see, there's a lot more customization also in the game. There's a whole new store open with new clothes, as you can see with the variety of characters that we have. And on top of that, it's way easier to get started. There's no more of this crap where it was like a pain for everybody to have to sign in. You just go in there and you can just have guests pop in really easily, create random characters. There's pre-made characters as well to select through, so everybody can get started within, a minute of turning on Rock Band 2, which is a great thing. We're not even going to bother to show Band World Tour because it really is pretty much the same as what you had before. It's a little bit better, a few new twists, but it's just more of the same. Though the one good thing is that now you can actually play a solo career on Band World Tour, so you can play through that and experience that whole thing, whether you're vocals, guitar, drums, or bass. One cool thing they've added with Band World Tour though is that you can play online, so you can have 3 people on one console play with some person on the other side of the coast who's playing lead guitar or whatever, join as a band. So, if you have old college buddies across the country, you guys can form up and play together and progress through the career mode. One of the cool things that's been added is Battle the Band mode. This is for online players, and it just creates a whole bunch of challenges. Harmonix promises every day they're going to have a new challenge, and it's just you trying to beat your friends' scores or get on the leaderboards. And there's just a variety of things in it. It recognizes whether you have certain downloadable content or, the different types of genres will be in there as well. So it's going to keep giving you reasons to keep playing again and again outside of just playing through the Band World Tour. You can have reasons to play online and challenge other people, which is great. So Rock Band 2 Doesn't really have a ton of innovation or new things. All that said, it's still incredibly fun to play. The songs are way better than they were before, and you can still play all the old Rock Band 1 songs plus all your DLC. It's gonna really keep you occupied for probably another year straight. Though it's not pushing innovation really in any way, it is definitely worth buying, especially if you already own Rock Band 1. There's no reason not to spend another $60, get Rock Band 2. And if you never played Rock Band before, this is a perfect time to jump in. I mean, after all, you're going to get a whole bunch of great songs on this disc. Rock Band 2, definitely worth getting, and we'll see you online.